Dave, under 200 quid's worth of pole here. You can get this set up for 199.99 from Wickers Angling.
So this is the Maver Signature Pro Power 1000 pole.
It is 10 metres.
10 metres. Now, I think we are seeing a very much a change in pole marketing now.
Yeah.
Because I think we saw for quite a few years, we saw a lot of manufacturers bringing out their margin pole, their power pole. Look at what you can land with this, you know, it's for catching big edge dwelling carp, and that's how we're the market. But I think now we're seeing poles that, yes, they're powerful. This is a powerful pole, maybe like a margin pole.
Yeah.
But I'm watching you fishing there, Tom. You're fishing at its full length, 10 metres.
Yeah.
It's as straight as a die. Is that a term? Straight as a die?
It is straight as a die, yeah.
It's straight as a die. And what's interesting, I was really wanted to do this, is you're fishing shallow, loose feeding casters, and you're spinning a rig over like you know what you're doing.
You could be forgiven for thinking that.
Yeah.
It's not true, as we know.
But what was it? The main point is you've got a lot of response there. You're able to control that rig, spin it over 3 times on the spot. You don't look like you're struggling to me, Tom. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're an impressive human being. You can handle most things.
Well, let's not get carried away. I mean,
but you don't look like you're struggling.
Look at that, one hand.
Yeah.
It's absolutely light, stiff, strong.
That is your right arm, though. You know what I mean?
That's been used extensively for handling poles. But no, it's a lovely piece of kit. We are going to have a little fish down the edge with it, or rather you are, have a little go with it. But yeah, I mean, bloody hell. I wish this sort of thing was available when I first started. All this, spare top kit and a cupping kit, 199 quid.
That's what I mean. If you want to start pole fishing, you're getting just a really good package. And it's like I say, it's not. We're talking about whether you're starting pole fishing. If you're just in the market for a pole and you don't need 14 metres, you don't need 16 metres, 10 metres. That's fishing beautifully. You could do anything you want with that. Like I say, you can go down the margin, you can fish short, you can fish 10 metres, shallow, long, whatever you want to do. 2 top kits, cupping
finish is smooth. I mean, look, that's gorgeous through the hands.
And it's nice and obviously it's a strong pole, you know. But this lovely, I mean, this signature range, in all fairness, I think it's been a good seller for Maver.
Yeah,
you know, the whole range, and I think this is just a nice little finish. You know, almost like a. You know, it's the bottom end, it's the budget range, but you know, even the sections that you can feel there's strength in there.
It's a nice bit of stuff, Dave, and it's supplied. Look, I mean, this ain't like some off-the-shelf rubbish. It's pre-bush, supplied pre-bush. I put the elastic in, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I managed to catch some Gore-Tex prop. Managed to catch my ankle. And at this end, you've got one of the mulettos.
Yeah.
That's in there. Reinforced little puller area. What more do you want? Honestly.
And in all fairness, we've elasticated that on the bank today. All we needed was a pair of scissors, isn't it? We didn't need a threader. We managed to get it through without a threader.
Yeah.
And so, you know, even if you're someone who's not that confident about elasticating top kits, this is a nice, simple way to do it.
Go on, catch me a carpet down the edge. We're going to go down here and we're going to hunt some hippos, or rather Davies.
It's the one. See, Tom?
Yes. Yes. This is not small, Dave. You have delivered once again. They call him the postman. He's down the edge and he has hooked something that I'm going to say is quite substantial. Show us what a power pole can do, baby. Come on.
Well, what do you want me to do? Just land it?
Yes,
Okay.
ideally.
You seem to be building that up quite a bit, Tom. I don't know what you're expecting. It's nice, isn't it?
Pull it then.
Well, I'm just going to enjoy it if you don't mind. Look, it's an angry carp.
NIMBY you are, bloody NIMBY.
All right, okay, I'll bring it in. I don't want to lose this, Tom. It's I've caught lots of carp recently.
Come on.
Okay, so first of
Faint
all,
heart never landed fair carp, Dave.
Okay, well that's pulling now, Tom. This is some proper elastic we're putting here, isn't it?
It's the MAP stuff, that. Oh, it is a big fish, that. Oh. Beast taming.
It does
Look
feel
at
like
the big swell. It's a big fish, that, you know.
It feels like a proper solid bit of kit, this top kit, you know.
Are you happy?
No, because this fish is about to break me, I think.
Oof.
Nice fish.
Great catch. Folks, it's fair to say Kit is handling the pressure admirably. Proper gear in there, as I said, 18 to 20 elastic. And Dave's just taking his time. and making sure it ends up in the onion sack, in the mouth.
You reckon? They don't like coming in, do they? I don't want to use. There's absolutely. I can't see the point in using the puller bung with an 18 to 20 in.
No, I agree.
Not puller bung, the side puller, intra-elastic, whatever they're called.
I'll prime it again for another.
Go on, prime it up, Tom.
They've rocked up, pal.
If I get this in, I might let you have a go.
How much do you charge anyway?
For what?
Swimming lessons. It's a good fish, isn't it, actually? And they do pull in it. Weston Pools, the water's always really, really oxygenated. But hopefully we've shown what this pole can do. I mean, Dave's pulling, as you can see. We'll get this fish in with a bit of luck, but we saw it perform at long lengths. Now you're seeing the power potential, and you can see how strong that elastic is. Dave's forearms almost tense.
I'm not used to these things that pull back, Tom.
You know, one thing I would like, if I were being really picky, Dave,
Go on.
slightly shorter top kit, and there's quite a lot of elastic in there.
There is, and I think, but you know, I think you'd probably find a generic sort of a F1 kit, you know, the short top kits. I reckon you could probably pick those up somewhere and they'd fit. Or you could just put a bung through the #1 section if you wanted.
And to be fair, this is a power pole. I wouldn't be saying that if we were at Larford and
no.
looking at £20, you'd want that bit of extra elastic.
Yeah,
you, but
I know what you're saying, but maybe that's shallow fishing, maybe. But for now, I'm happy with this.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at it. I mean, I like to slow it down for the netting shot. Look at that. I mean, that wouldn't look at our place on Lake Del Cac in France, would it?
No, beautiful. Is that the yellow-bellied common pole?
It's the one they call Fritz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well,
you hold the top kit while I just
hold him up for us.
Just hold this up for the cameras.
There you are, folks. We've had a little preview. This pole and package available from Wickersley Angling, 199 quid. What I would say, value for money wise, probably one of the best things you've reviewed, wouldn't you, Dave?
You want to start pole fishing? 200 quid. You've got everything you need. It's
more.
It's a winner for me, Tom. It's a winner chicken dinner.
Why should you become a Catchmore Media channel member? Well, I can think of at least 60 very good reasons, because that's how many exclusive videos we've got on the Catchmore Media channel members area already.
Well, who's over there, you might ask? Tons of star anglers. We've got Christian Jones, Jordan Holloway, Matt Godfrey, Bob Nudd, Robbie Taylor, Hadrian Whittle, Tom Scholey. I've got a few videos over there, a mixture of river and commercial fishing, I must add. Loads to go at, Tom.
There is, and I'll be honest, my favourite features over there, and there's at least 16 of these already, live matches.
Yeah.
Now, these are lengthy affairs. They're an evening's viewing, I'm going to say. They tend to be about an hour and a half plus in length. And what we do on these is actually follow a top angler all the way through a match. In that situation, you just naturally find that anglers open up more because they're in a competitive mode. And obviously, sometimes I think the very best, Rob, in this business know what they're doing, but don't quite know why.
They're under pressure, so they have to perform for the cameras.
Yeah, and they just do things that you never imagine them doing. You say, well, explain that, and you get these little gems of information.
They want to win.
They want to win.
They can't resist.
Yeah, and I know for a fact that I've learnt things from these live matches that have won me matches as well.
Definitely. So there's also a little added bonus of a live stream with myself and a star angler every single month. The chance for you to put your questions to them, get them answered live on the stream. What we'll be doing on there, well, we'll be covering tactics in depth, talking about big wins, loads of information you can get out of the star anglers. So who've we had on there? Des Ship, Christian Jones. He did a Pole Master special last month, so that's a right treat. We've had Brad Lucas, a mugging special, loads to go at. Perfect.
It is, it's nice because it just gives it that personal touch. If you want to put a question to a star angler, you can do so on there. Make sure you log in, ask away, and they're only too happy to help. All this doesn't cost as much as you'd think either. Just $4.99 a month. So less than a pint of a price of a pint in a lot of venues, isn't it? So $4.99 a month gets you access to everything.
Pound a video.
Yeah. On top of that, though, you can pay a bit more if you want.
Yeah, you can get the elite package, which does something a little bit different. What does it get you, Tom?
So the elite package is all about giving people content early. So 1 week earlier than everybody else, you get access to everything, whether it be on the members channel or the main Catchmore Media free channel. Every video we put out there, you get it 1 week early.
Early access, get a little look before your mates, get ready for the match on the weekend.
That's it.
Exactly.
So $7.99 for the elite package, $4.99 for the extra package. We really appreciate your support as it lets us get out and do more filming and bring you more videos that I know you enjoy.
See you over there.
That's the one, Tom.
That, I'm hoping, Dave, that is a carp in the mouth.
I think it might be, Tom. Well, you've got the gear on there. What we got here, because you've got the MAP TKS Top Kit Solution, twin core hollow elastic in there, and with it, that is an 18 to 20 elastic, I believe, isn't it?
It's proper gear, mate.
And it's proper.
It is proper.
I don't think anything. I don't think you're going to come across anything that's not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to handle on that. But it's an elastic that obviously is of the modern. It's hollow. Oh yeah. See, I mean that's not a small carp, Tom.
No, it's
And it's certainly substantial. You know what I mean? I mean, have you noticed any difference with the elastic to what to other elastics that you currently use, or?
So if I was in a match situation doing this sort of fishing, it'd be a red hydro for me.
Yeah.
Which is a lot more expensive, over twice as much, to be honest. Now, in terms of the power, I think this is probably slightly more powerful than red hydro.
Yes, I would agree.
Which I quite like. I don't feel it's too heavy for the job, you know.
No, you like say you're not on the puller bung now, and you've got 2 meters of elastic out.
Yeah, exactly.
But the fish generally seems in control.
I think so.
I think you're going to land it pretty shortly.
I'm hoping so, Paul.
So and this is so the price. This is £11.99, 12 quid for 6 meters of elastic. So you can easily get. We elasticated that top kit earlier, and in this box there is still another. Well, there's more than enough for another one. There's probably enough for 1.5 in there.
Yeah, these Weston Pools carp.
They don't
really
like
do
it. They don't like it up them, Tom.
So you reckon there's enough for what, a short kit and another
Yeah,
long
see,
kit in
but either way, you're definitely doing 2 top kits for 12 quid. So 6 quid a top kit, and it looks to me, it's a very fine, you know, it's a hollow elastic, but it's a very fine bore. I don't know whether they call that a micro bore or what they call it.
Yeah, it is. I know
it's a tiny hole down the centre of it.
It really is, isn't it?
And I just don't know what that gives you. I don't know what advantage that would give you over a normal hollow elastic or even a solid. But
I always understood that for example, a hollow or hydroelastic, the fact that you've got that gap allows compression against your bush, so it locks the elastic up.
And they rub against each other, creating friction, which slows everything up.
Yeah, it's almost flattens, doesn't it? Which locks it up.
Yeah.
A microbore does the same, but to a lesser extent, i.e. it keeps its round integrity a bit better than a standard hollow. I mean, that works absolutely great. And value for money wise, you're not beating that, are you? No,
so I say two top kits, 6 quid a top kit, and probably a little bit left over as well. But it's good value. I like the packaging. I think it's nice. More packaging like this, less plastic, more cardboard.
Nice range. And we want to talk a little bit as well about the float we're using, don't we? I mean, this is really about edge fishing tackle, isn't it? Now, we've both been fishing down this edge, and these floats that we're using today are perfect, aren't they, for big pellet?
Well, we're fishing, for context, we're fishing an 8mm banded pellet there, so a big bait, big pellet.
Yeah.
And the Weston's renowned for these deep margins, and you're getting a lot of fish in the peg, a lot of liners, lots going on with it. And you know, if your gear's too faffy, if that's the right word, you end up getting lots of liners and end up in a foul looking fish. This has been perfect, isn't it? That's a 4x16 float.
Yeah.
Big bristle.
Hey, it's a NuFish Collet. I know it's Sam Collet, but we could be posh and call it the Collet, couldn't we?
Collet, yeah, that sounds better.
I think so.
But I think, say for this fishing, when you're fishing big like worms, anything down the edge, or short, they've got they're the right shape, aren't they, to fish at close quarters. It's got a glass stem. It looks a strong float. You've got the. I don't know. I'm assuming it's a what would that body be made of, Tom? You'll know this. Isn't it?
Oh, it'll be foam probably.
Yeah, I think it'd be foam. I think it'd be balsa. Obviously, the tip we spoke about, good thick tip
hollow,
there. Yeah, hollow tip. We can see that a mile off, but also it's going to suspend those bigger 8mm pellets, double worm, all that.
I like the paint on it. It's a very sort of fluorescent orange, isn't it?
It is, and I should point out this is probably quite a key part. It's a line through the body float.
Yeah.
Now we know that takes the pressure off any eyes or whatever in that, but also gives you especially when you're catching big fish and that. So, and the eye is interesting. It's one of these. It's not a spring eye, but it's not a normal conventional eye. It's like this circle eye. I don't know what you'd call it. Almost like a coil.
Yeah.
But that gives a lot of movement there. But I think it's just made
built for strength, built for big baits. I really liked the pattern when I saw it. Now Sam, who came up with it, he's a top angler. He's brilliant. Has been for many years.
And catches a lot of big weights. You know, doing what we're doing, sort of thing as well.
He does, yeah. I mean, his sort of regular haunts, the glebe, you know, makings. He goes to venues where he can't fishing a lot of the time, and he's exceptionally good at it. And a cracking kid to boot as well, Sam. One of my favourite sort of anglers to have a chat to on the bank.
Yeah.
Just a good all-round egg. As you can see there, I'm wasting no time in getting back in. Let's try and catch another one on the 8mm pellet.
I love this. This is real positive fishing, isn't it? It's just it's how edge fishing should be.
It is. It's interesting as well, isn't it? You know, you get edges like we've got here at Weston, where you've got some depth, and they do require a little bit more thought, I think, in terms of how you feed and fish than, you know, your shallower edges where you can sort of pile the bait in and let the fish come up and you know, fish in sort of shallow water. With this, it's all about regulating your feed, isn't it, to keep fresh fish coming in, but keep them pinned to the bottom, really.
Yeah, and I think as well, this is where that bristle comes into its own, because you don't want your bristle dotted down to a pimple, because if you just, you know, like say you get a lot of liners in this sort of depth of water, and if you start striking at those, you're going to land in a world of trouble. So as long as you know we've plumbed up properly, you know, and we've got a good inch of float out of the water there, but when we get a proper bite, that will sail under. It'll be unmistakable.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the liners on the float there, can't you? Sort of dip in.
Now, if that was just a dimple of float, you'd have been striking at that.
Yes.
It's so important. Obviously, you don't want any body. You don't want too much buoyancy that the fish can feel it and spit it out before you've struck. But ultimately, if we've plumbed up right, just touching bottom, and our feeding's right, when they're confident, that float's going to sail under, and there won't be any doubt in it.
Absolutely. And that's, I think, a big plus of this pattern of float. And these are just a lovely thing to fish with, I'm going to say, Paul.
Yeah, no, it's just the job.
Show them that bait again, little lift and drop. Oh, see how that responds to that fish?
Yeah, they do
away.
like it, don't they?
Just show them it again. Is that all? I don't know whether we
just one of them's back. Yeah.
Pulled it into one or not. Then that went on there. But yeah, it's very stable, these floats.
I am a big fan of these glass stems as well. It's something that's sort of appeared on the handmade floats, really. First of all, didn't I?
Yeah.
Maybe that's not right, because I've seen them for years, but it wasn't. You didn't used to see a lot of floats with them, but
no.
It's such a good material, such a strong material, but also a good material for stability in a float, I think.
There's a couple of patterns I use quite a lot for edge fishing. Both have got glass stems. Richard Wilson Muddies and Richard Wilson Munters. I'd certainly be looking at these for deeper edges, you know. Really, really nice. And the other thing, I don't know about you, Dave, but since I've been doing a bit of coaching this year, a lot of anglers come to me and say they simply cannot see a thin bristle, you know. And I always say, I'd much rather people have a thick bristle shotted properly than, you know, a thin bristle with half the body out of the water because they can't see it, you know. Do
you know, a bit of advice, a guy, oh, well done, Tom, right on cue. A guy who taught me to fish, he used to say that a broom handle could be sensitive if it was shotted properly, which isn't strictly true, but you can understand the principle of it, can't you?
Absolutely.
Now, Tom, you've got seems like a rather large carp on there. The elastic you're using is this MAP TKS twin core hollow elastic. What are your thoughts on this, Tom?
Yeah, I do like the elastic. I think it's got the right combination of power, but it's also forgiving when it needs to be, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's a decent, it's a big,
It's an
big
F1,
F1.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a big
Huge,
F1.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's probably
Don't
5,
like
6 pounds.
Start catching them down the edge, you're laughing.
Yeah, that's a lovely fish to finish on. So let's sum up, Dave. Edge fishing tackle. First of all, the floats. What do you think?
Floats, yeah, spot on, absolutely well made. Obviously, very strong. I've got a feeling you could put that rig back on the winder 2 or 3 times, fish it. You know, I mean, it wouldn't. That float is not going to deteriorate. They're well made and just perfect for this, as we just saw then with that bite. Perfect. Right size bristle, right balance of the float with the stem, and yeah, well made.
Yeah, they're a treat, aren't they? And the elastic?
Elastic, yeah. Like I say, I don't think I'm as fussy with elastics as you. When it comes to this sort of fishing, I think there's quite a few on the market that would do the job that that's doing. Obviously, it's personal preference, but that is what I call a margin elastic. That's going to give me the chance to do exactly what you've just done: hook a fish, get it in quickly, and get back out and get the next one. And I'd be more than happy to use that. And as I say, price point, £6 for a top kit, that'll do for me, I reckon. And you know, obviously, you can never tell the longevity of it, but it looks like elastic that will last.
Yeah, generally thick elastics do, don't they?
They do. Yeah. I've had them in there for, you know, used them the next season and things like that. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
so I feel like for £6,
I totally agree.
good value.
Two brilliant products. I'll definitely be buying some of these floats, having used them today. I think they're actually going to fill a little gap in my armour.
Yeah.
They're lovely, the NuFish Collets. The elastic, I like it. Will I change from a red hydro? Probably not, but that's lovely gear.
Yeah.
Really, really nice.